Kung Fu Cowboy, tennis shoes on my feet. I'm a Kung Fu Cowboy.
Hey, Kung Fu Cowboy here. Should have looked at my list. What's the next one? The next one says, why does Kung Fu Cowboy make music? Okay, so here was my answer to that question. To inspire young musicians with his, I just wrote this in the third person, with his inspirations of, hey, there he is, Rory Gallagher, Johnny Winter, and Jethro Tull. Okay, well, we'd already mentioned that, but the inspiration part. Now, back when I wrote this, I don't know, I don't seem to be putting into account the Five Soul Theory. How long ago did I write that? Could have been before I actually created the Five Soul Theory. How many years ago I created this piece of paper here? Anyway, the point being that I've always wanted to inspire musicians, especially this century, when I realized I haven't heard a band I like, a musician I like, or anything. A lot of these people like John Mayer, who's tried to come out this century and stuff, what a bunch of malarky. That's all you get out of these professional musicians this century is a bunch of malarky. Because they're basically, as even John Mayer says, well, we get together and we all just throw out ideas and see what sticks to the wall. And that's how they write a song. I just think that's abhorrent. I have never, ever done that. And I've written about 3,000 songs. Not really, that many? Yeah, maybe. More than 2,000 easy, I think. Well, you would say just 1,000. Let's just say 1,000. But because I've got so many hundreds of songs that I've never finished. I wrote the lyrics, I wrote the chords down, threw it in a box, and they've been in for 45, 50 years. All these songs have been piling up. And then I had 300 songs registered, I think, by the time I got married in the late 80s. And I write 10 to 20 a year, of which not many I finish or copyright, but still, if we figure 10 songs a year since 1970, even just that, what are we talking about? 54 years, 540 songs right there, I guess, just 10 songs a year. And some years I'd write 20, 30 songs. But anyway, here we go. So I want to inspire young musicians. And I guess it really, once again, now that I know the Five Soul Theory, as I tell people, I really don't like to advise people or give them advice now that I understand how easily you can be like me. I've been given so much bad advice. They thought it was good advice. It was the best advice they had to offer, but it was the wrong advice for me. So whenever I give other people advice, I want to think that I'm giving them the advice that's correct for them, their lifestyle, their dreams, their ambitions, and their abilities, especially their natural abilities. You can kind of learn anything. So anyway, I want to inspire people like me who have a creative spirit, who are poets and writers and musicians, not because it's just fun, but because you have to. It just seems natural. It's just, you can't keep it in. It's just going to come out. And those are the people I'd like to inspire. And I like to give them some advice that I wish somebody had given me. And so as you watch these podcasts, I would like to think that if there's any true artists out there, that you're going to find me as a helpful, not necessarily a role model, well, kind of, because despite everything and having to be a musician in my spare time at night, after midnight, when everybody's in bed, whatever it is, I've always continued to be a creative artist. But at the same time, I can give you advice on how I could have even done better if I would have had better advice or done this instead of that. So I got all kinds of great advice for you, for real musicians. Now, for the pseudo musicians, the normal people who play an instrument, hey, I'll definitely make you better. I'll inspire you to do something better, and I'll show you all kinds of stuff. And if even though you can't think like a musician, you can use my thoughts as a musician to empower you a little bit more. You'll get a little far in your music career if you can kind of embody some of my inspirations that wouldn't naturally have emanated from you. All right. Hey, that's it. I got one done. Hey, that's only 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Let's see. Should I say anything else? No, that's kind of it. Just let me inspire you. Listen to my music. Follow me. I wish I was talking to people, communicating with people. I'd give more direct advice. You ask me a question, and I could answer your question. Okay, so let's leave it there. But contact me about Well, don't contact me. Leave me alone. Buy my stuff. That's all I want. Just buy my stuff. All right? Okay. Hey, a short one. Let's see if it was a short one. Kung Fu Cowboy, out of here.
Clouds crumble and the wind melts warm as mountains evaporate into the wash. My vision